God's message of love to you from the other women in the Bible.
Hi, I'm Larry Watlington of GETO Ministry, and I am excited, yes, excited to bring to you this series that I call The Other Women of the Bible. Now, you see, in the Bible, there are a lot of dynamic women mentioned throughout the Bible. And we know a lot of their stories, like Eve and Rachel and Ruth or Esther or Mary, just to name a few. But you know what? There are a lot of really dynamic women who don't get a lot of airtime. And I call these the other women of the Bible because their stories aren't as pristine or as poetic. And some of these women are Tamar or Jael, Lot's daughters, or even Rahab. You see, even though many of these ladies were abused, they were treated unfairly, they were looked down upon, you know, God's hand and that scarlet thread of salvation ran through their lives as well. As a matter of fact, some of these ladies are actually in the lineage of Jesus Christ himself. So, you see, this series, what it does, it focuses on how God used some of these other women in the Bible to shape the pathway to get to Jesus Christ. Now, and I really pray that some of these stories, some of these lessons will encourage you and heal and help provide some positive examples of God's love, his grace, and his mercy, and those things that Jesus has bestowed upon us, no matter how broken your life may be. So what are some takeaways? Well, after you watch these series, and I hope you watch them all, and I'll be adding new ones as we go along, but really, learn to love God, learn to love yourself, and learn to love others in the right perspective. As a matter of fact, go read Mark chapter 12, verse 28-29, because it talks about how Jesus talking about how to love God, how to love your neighbor, and how to love yourself. Also, very important, I think these stories really highlight the criticality of the role that the father plays in the lives of their daughters. As we go through these, you're going to see some failures on the father's side. So as you look at these, hopefully it brings to light how important a father is, that relationship, that father-daughter relationship is. Also, never, ever lose faith. No matter what's going on, no matter how much is happening, because you know why? Some of God's best work really was birthed in the midst of chaos and turmoil. So always remain faithful. Last lesson, I think maybe the most important, is learn to forgive. You see, forgiveness is the first step to healing. And forgiveness isn't so much about the other person, it's really about you. And it's really about getting you to move to where you need to be in the middle of devastating situations. So yeah, learn to love, understand the role of the father, never lose faith, and learn to forgive. Really, I hope you enjoy this series. As you see here, there's a lot of the ladies that we're going to cover up behind me, and we're going to talk about each one in a separate video. Thank you. God bless. And remember, he that has an ear, let him hear what the Spirit says to the church.
Hear God's message of love to you from the